What's up? You already know this your boy D'Angelo Scott, Motivation. And today I want to talk about my experience working at Lowe's. I had a bad experience. Yep, a bad experience. It was pretty bad, and that day I didn't like it. That day I wanted to. Whew, you just don't know. I don't know, but I know it's kind of on some racist stuff, but I know everybody in the world ain't like this, and you gonna run across some bad people every now and then, and I'm not pointing the finger at everybody on this. It just on this day, my boss man, I ain't know he would really like this. Yeah. And this story right here had me, I don't know, had me just ready to do something to him. I don't know. He called me a word. He called me a bad word, and I got angry. Had anger up in me. I was mad at the time. I was pissed off. But anyway, I'll tell you how this went. I got my last video. I was talking about Lowe's, how we had to go out to this lady house, and I think she had some mental issues or whatever. So I talked about that, but it's some more stuff that went down at Lowe's too that I didn't like. I really didn't like it at all. So here it goes. Um, Man, one day I worked with the other guy, me and my coworker. So we worked up in the lumber department. So I had got off the delivery part. I had stopped doing all that. So they had cut all that off. So they really like, man, you gotta go work in the store. You're gonna have to go work in the store. So I'm like, okay, well, I'm cool with that. I'm fine. I'll do that. I'll try it. It's my first time working in the store, so I'm like, yeah, it'll be something new. So I gotta learn all this. So I get up in the. At first they put me up in the paint department, right up in there. So I don't know nothing about paint for real, so I'm catching on. I'm learning that a little bit. So then they take me out off and over there in that department. So they put me over there in the lumber. So they teach me how to do the lumber and everything. I'm catching on to it. So we getting all the old wood and all that stuff. We screening up everything, doing all that. But I'm gonna take it all the way back. I'm gonna take it all the way back. All right. So when I was on delivery, when I used to help deliver the washers, dryers, and all that, we used to have the dang store all the dryers and everything up in the truck. So we had to put everything up. So this guy that I'm finna tell you about, he ended up being my boss, my supervisor. But one day, I don't even work for this guy right now. I don't even work for him. At the time, I wasn't working for him. I had a whole nother supervisor at the time. So one day, I'm doing my job and I'm in my department. So this guy, the older guy, he ended up being my supervisor though. So this girl, she cleaning up, she sweeping, she cleaning up, and I'm just watching. I'm walking by, I'm watching her, and I know she doing her job. So he say something smart to me. He was just looking at me crazy like, so you just gonna sit there and watch this girl sweep? So I'm like, that's her job, ain't it? So I'm like, man, she ain't doing nothing but sweeping, man. What you want me to do, man? So yeah, he just got smart. Just started messing with me for no reason. Like, man, yeah, man, you just gonna sit up there and watch her sweep. You ain't gonna help her. I'm like, man. Then the girl, like, she looked like she was just bored, like she was just trying to find something to do. Like, then he just tried to get up on me for no reason. Like, just started messing with me. So I'm like, man, look, I just started laughing at him because I'm like, you can't do nothing to me because at the time, you ain't my boss, man. So it is what it is. So I'm like, man, what this dude on? So I kind of ignored it. I just walked off like, this dude, him tripping. But anyway, went back to my department. So I say on down the line, when they took me out of the truck, like I was saying, they took me out of the truck from the delivery. So now I'm working in the store now. So they got me on the floor. I'm over there in the paint department. So they moved me from the paint department to lumber. Now the same guy that told me that was complaining about me sweeping, doing all, man, about complaining about the girl sweeping and me not helping her, he ended up being my boss. That same guy that was complaining. Telling me, oh, you just gonna look and you're not gonna help her and all that stuff, just saying stuff like that. So I'm like, man. But he ended up being my supervisor. So they moved me over there in the apartment with him. So now I'm like, dang, that's the same dude that was tripping on me. The same dude. I ain't paying no attention. I just kind of ignored him. I'm like, oh, he probably ain't gonna be an asshole. He probably ain't gonna, I don't know. He probably ain't gonna mess with me. He seemed like he all right and all that. So I get over there working and stuff. And I found out he was all right. Like, starting out, he was all right. He was cool and everything. He was all right. Everything about him was laid back. Everything was good. So next thing you know, shoot, man, we working and stuff. Start working, pinning up everything. Now he come to us like, yeah, man, y'all doing a good job and all that, man. Y'all just stay doing your job and stay on stuff and keep your eyes open. Don't mess up. And he was just honest. He was like telling us what to do. He's coming to us like, hey, you got this day off and all that. He's showing us on the computer and everything, making sure we got our schedule right. He was on point with his stuff. So I'm thinking everything cool with him. So I'm like, yeah, he probably ain't a bad guy then. I don't know. I don't know. I guess that day he seen me, he was just on some BS. But he's still a bad guy. I don't care what it is. I got to get to the point. I'm going to show you. I'm going to tell you now. He's a bad guy. He's a racist. I don't care what nobody say. And it was some BS where he called me. So anyway, I'm gonna get to it. Anyway, I'm working on one day. Now I'm gonna take it back. On this day, you know how the companies they cook food for the employees and stuff. Like when they reach a certain goal or anything. But I can't remember what it was. It was something we had did. So Lowe, they were like, man, we gonna have some steaks for y'all and all that. They gonna be cooking, barbecuing, or whatever, something they were doing. But I didn't come in that day. I don't know, I forgot why I didn't come in that day. I can't remember for real. So I just remember the next day I came in. So I'm helping my coworker. We putting up the wood, stacking everything. So me and my coworker putting up the wood, stacking everything. So my supervisor, the guy that be talking crazy, that was talking about the female at that time, why I'm not helping her sweep or something he was saying. So he came out the blue. He came to me. Now, I'm thinking the guy cool. I'm thinking like he ain't got nothing toward me now. I'm thinking that one little incident, by him getting smart, I'm thinking all that junk was just over with. But on this day, he came to me. He told a little friend that the coworker I was working with, walked up to him, walked up to my coworker, and he looked at me. He was like, man, you know that cotton picker didn't come in? He like, we had steaks and everything. That cotton picker didn't even come in. So I'm like, what? Then he said it so fast, he walked off. I'm like, man, what? So I had to pause for a minute. I had to think like, I'm like, man, come on. I know you just didn't. So I looked at my coworker. I'm like, man, you heard what he said? So he was like, nah. He didn't catch on to it. So I'm like, all right, okay. So my supervisor, he walked off, right? He walking off. So while he walking off, so I'm trying to really just think, like, I know he just didn't say that. I'm trying to make sure I'm not tripping and stuff. Because I'm like, man, come on. So he ended up walking off. So I'm thinking about it, so I'm walking off too. Now, I'm walking behind him. So I catch him up in the other aisle by himself, by the paint and all that stuff. I catch him over there. So I pull up on him. So I'm like, hey, what's all that stuff you said back there, man? You called me a cotton picker? So he like, no, I don't know what you talking about. I don't know what you talking about, man. No, I ain't call you that. I'm like, man, I heard you back there, man. I walked up on him. I'm like, man, I heard what you said and all that. He like, no, we need to go to the office. We need to go to the office. Follow me, we need to go to the office. So it's just me and him on that aisle. So I really could have I could have lost it. I would have lost my job if I would put my hand on him. I could have did all kind of stuff. So he like, man, we need to go to the office. We need to talk to the main boss up in the office. So we went up in there. We talked to the store manager, whatever you call him. They own the whole, he don't own it, but the big boss. We talking to him. So we up in the office. So he like, man, this guy, he need to talk to you about something. So the boss like, hey, sit down. He like, man, what's up? What's going on? So I'm like, hey, man, I told him the whole story. I'm over there working, and he called me a cotton picker, man, and all that. He saying racist stuff to me, man. So he called me that. So I'm like, dang. So the guy like, well, okay, you need to write a statement out and all that stuff. So I had my boss, the big boss, I'm asking him like, man, look, I don't want to work over there no more. Can you move me to over there with the flowers and anything? Can you get me out of this department? And he like, well, I can't do it right now. You're going to have to stay over there for right now. And I ain't going to be able to keep you over there. So I'm looking like, man, I'm like, look, I'm not trying to go back over there. If I go back over there and this dude say something else crazy, I'm going to end up doing something to him. He say something else like that to me one more time, I'm going to end up doing something to him. So I had in my mind, like, I can't go back over there. So he like, well, I'm going to have to just put you over there. He like, he going to put me over there. So I'm like, look, all right, since you want to do it like that, I'm not finna work over there. I'm just gonna leave and quit. And I left. Because they were trying to put me over there and stuff. So then I had other folks at the job, other co-workers, they were saying, oh, you should have sued them. You should have sued them. You should have took them to court and all this and that. And I'm like, yeah. I'm like, yeah, it sounds good, but I ain't have no proof for real. I had that guy that was working with me, but he too much to understand for real what was going on, because I've been talking to him. And I said, hey, did you hear what he said? He was like, nah, I ain't heard nothing. And they all buddy and stuff, so like I would been wasting my time, so it was all good. But I could have kept the job if I really wanted to. I would just had to deal with that BS, and I wasn't trying to deal with it. And I just think it messed up that you got people like that out there in the world. Everybody ain't like that. I know for a fact everybody is not like that. But I just experienced that at Lowe's. I experienced all that at Lowe's, man. And you gonna go to some jobs that messed up for real. You gonna run across some people that low down and dirty, man. They gonna say all kind of stuff, call you stuff. It's all kind of names you ain't gonna like. You gonna be ready to do something. And you know if you do something, gonna be consequences behind it. So you gotta really use your mind. And you know, we got everybody else, they got their opinion on stuff. You should have did this. I would have did that. And I hate when people be saying that. I would have did this. I would have did this. You don't know what you would have did. So, man, take them to court. Take them to this. Man, it sounds easy. It sounds like it's easy. But yeah, man, I experienced that, and yeah, that dude there, man, he tried to act like he was cool. He tried to act like he was all gravy. And I should have known in the first place. I shouldn't have even went over there to his department, because when he seen me doing my job, before I even came to his department, he wanted to start something with me just out the blue. Just because you see another female sweeping, and she ain't got nothing to do. She just sweeping. She got a dustpan. She sweeping it up. And you see me, and you say, why I ain't over there helping her sweep up trash? Like I supposed to get the dustpan and she sweep it. I don't know what he thought I was supposed to do at the time, but it was just dumb. And then it didn't make sense to me. So, and I'm like, I don't even work for you at the time. So when I end up going to his department, he probably like had it in his mind the whole time, like, yeah, I gotta mess with him. I gotta start something with him. So I don't know. And I don't know what it was. I don't know if he was mad because I didn't come in that day. I think that what it really was, because I ain't come in. And he had a nerve to say, dang, you know that cotton picker didn't come in. So I'm like, dang, for real? That how you gonna play it? But hey, you know me, I ain't got nothing against nobody, no race, no nothing. Everything with me, 100. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you, no matter what. But I experienced that, and man, it was just messed up though. That's just how people is, man. In all kind of races, you got black people that racist, you got white folks that racist, you got all Chinese, Mexicans, and I don't know. It's just crazy how people is, but I'll never be like that. No, I'll never be like that, man. Ain't nothing but love. Show me love, I show you love, and we gonna keep it like that. And yeah, but that guy, yeah, he had me. He had me ready to do something to him, though. I know that. And he felt it. He lucky I didn't, because I could have just flipped out and just blanked right there, and I would have lost. I would have lost. Probably been locked up, anything. I'm glad I didn't do that. So, and he took off so fast, like, because he knew. He knew he had said it. He knew he said it. So he like, man, just follow me to the office. Because he knew he said something wrong. Took off, walking real fast. He like, hey, I just knew it up in his mind. He probably like, man, look, I got to hurry up and get to the office. I need to get somewhere over. Somebody can talk to this, man. He hurried up and just walked off real fast because he knew he said that jump. But how could somebody just say that to your, imagine you're a supervisor and you say that to your employees. You say some racist stuff to your employees. How could you do that, man? Like, that's sad, bro. That's sad, man. It's just some crazy people out here, man. It is. But hey, I'm all good. It's all good. I'm all gravy. You know, shoot. We're gonna keep going. We ain't gonna give up. We ain't gonna let up. And we're gonna stay motivated. Keep grinding. You know, it don't stop. The grind don't stop. You don't stop. Keep going and stay motivated. Stay up out there. And hey, I say much love to all the people that support me. Much love to all of y'all, man. I thank y'all. And say all the new subscribers, subscribe to the channel. I'll be dropping more. And I want to say all my good people out there, stay 100, stay up, stay strong, and let's get it. Like, comment, subscribe to the channel, and lock in. Salute. Peace.